Hey guys, so much has dropped in Wizards Unite. Let me get home so that we can talk about all the changes that happened in the game. So I plan on popping a Brufro. It looks like our energy is max today from when I was collecting energy, which is great. And I was collecting energy just for this purpose, so I can go through and finally make this dang YouTube video that I've been trying to make for like days now, and haven't really been successful at doing so. So we're gonna get this done on stream. So I apologize if I'm not gonna directly, I'm not gonna at all times directly talk to whoever's talking to me on Twitch. We're gonna make this happen, and I'm gonna upload what I got done. Oh, let's move this over just a tad bit. I'm gonna upload what I get done onto YouTube, and hopefully we can have a cohesive video together. Okay, so I've been saying this for days. This update to Wizards Unite is fundamentally the most important update ever to come out from the Wizarding, from Portkey Games, in my opinion. Okay, the biggest gripe I had about the game is not the direction of art style. The art style is amazing. The lack of storyline, and also the fact that there isn't really a need to level. There wasn't really a need to catch foundables. It was kind of like placing images was becoming a moot point. It was becoming taxing, and for me personally, and I didn't see the reason in continuing the circle logic that we were doing. With this new update, with the SOS training going live, we see an entirely new game that has come out. It feels like an entirely new game, right? So what they did was they took all aspects of the game that we enjoy, and they made it so that we can boost the power of that just by simply playing the game. So now catching foundables is relevant, almost addicting now, because I want the book so bad. And rewarded most of the time, not all the time. I'm rewarded when I catch, especially when I catch high level. I freak out when I see high level foundables, because if they're red, I know I'm getting at least 20 books from that, right? Placing images now is now exciting because you get the blue books from them. And also like doing dungeon runs, everything you can imagine is now something like I want to do, that I'm addicted into doing. It's completely changed the game for me to the point where I'm excited to play the game. I'm noticing that my leveling has started picking up again. So I was 36, now I'm 37, and I'm pushing towards 38. And now leveling is relevant in the game. So some of the nodes to unlock abilities, node abilities, is locked behind level now. So let's get into exactly what they added. I know I'm like late to the game with this, but essentially they added 3 books, right? So you have the Calamity Essentials 1, Calamity Essentials 2, and Calamity Essentials 3. So another thing that I was complaining about, right, was lore. You get, now I don't know if a lot of people are, I'm pretty sure people are noticing this, but in the description for each of these nodes that explain to you what you need to do, there is baked in lore that is super relevant to trying to figure out what's going on. And I think that's fascinating. I haven't read through all of them, but like each one I read, I'm just like super excited, right? So here's a breakdown of pretty much what all it is, right? So you have the 3 charms that you can do, the 3 main charms. This one allows, and I'm going to explain it as basic as possible. This allows you to, when you have it unlocked, place a charm on top of a foundable, which will reveal around it other foundables. There's a bug currently with it where as soon as you catch a foundables, the other ones disappear. However, it's been reported that if you restart your game, you'll be able to see those foundables again, which is pretty cool. Hopefully that gets fixed soon in the patch. Speaking of things being fixed in the patch, they finally fixed the freaking card, your SOS card, So now you can actually place your accolades and you get your titles, and they don't reset every time you reset the game, which is amazing. Now, if we can get it to where people can just click on someone's name and see their card, that would just be amazing. I'm pretty sure we're going down that route. I hope we're going down that route. Also, I hope that someday we get to individualize our little wizard, and pick male or female wizard, as well as like little like capes and stuff and trinkets to add onto our little avatar in the game. Please, I want some individuality. But so far so good. I mean, this update is incredible. So that's what this does. You place it onto a foundable, it makes other foundables pop up. This one, you basically plop it onto an inn. The inn sparkles, and then you're able to see energy start popping up for everyone in the area around that inn, right? So that's a good one. And then the last but not least, where are you at, buddy? This bad boy right here. You plop onto a greenhouse, and you'll see ingredients plop around for everybody around that greenhouse for a set amount of time. So what I've noticed is everything else, that all the nodes and stuff that revolves around these charms, is boosting how many you can hold in an inventory at one time. I know the first one, I have one unlocked where I can hold 2 instead of 1 of the one that allows you to duplicate or find hidden foundables, and also boost the duration of how long it's actually active for. And that goes for a lot of other things too, right? So we have potions nodes that you can spec into, which will make Exterminal Potion effect more potent. It'll increase the duration that it lasts for, and stuff like that. So like you also have one for the Trace Tonics, where you can increase the amount of foundables that pop up with the Trace Tonics. It boosts that. It boosts the duration of the tonic. And you know what? If we look over, let's see if we go over to, let's collect these real fast. Go over to our recipes. You can see in green that a lot of these have the buffs applied that I've already been unlocking. So like for instance, it decreases the time it takes for you to make Trace Tonics. There's nodes you can spec into that knocks down the time it takes to actually brew the potions, which is phenomenal. This is going to make it so that you're going to want to probably invest in more potion storage and kind of pull away from energy storage. Start putting towards ingredient storage and potion storage as well, right? And then you have additional 2 traces, reduced brew time on that one. Exterminal Potion increases battle, combat, and trace effectiveness, so it makes it more potent. It makes you hit harder by 13% more. Reduced brew time, which means you can brew it faster. With the Peripheral Potion, I didn't even think they were going to do this, but this is actually phenomenal. There's nodes that you can unlock that makes the Peripheral Potion elixir amazing. So it increases the XP gain plus 27%. And that's only the few nodes that I've unlocked already. That's not even going into the other nodes that could potentially bump this up to like 50%, 70%, or more. Who knows? It's crazy. And then what it's being alluded to, like what I'm looking at, is that this might not even, this is like the first part of the books. I'm pretty sure along with the Professor books, we're going to get way more of the SOS training books as well, which makes me even more excited to what they have in store down the line. Duration, it extends the duration plus 5 more minutes, and it reduces the brew time 15%. So instead of like the crazy amount of hours, it's like 10 hours now instead of like, I think it was like what, 12 hours before. Same thing with everything else. Healing Potion increases heal effect plus 20%. So now the same healing potion that you've always had now heals more of your bar. So that's amazing just by speccing into the nodes. And then also again, reduced brew time, which is always a good thing to spec into. I've noticed that I haven't run into any wit ones, any strong invigorating droughts or dwaddle drought, or the potent exterminal potions. None of this high tier potions I've ran into yet. and my guess is that that's going to be later down in the tree. So like what you're going to want to do by catching different types of books, right? Let me see if will they show up in the vault? Okay, cool. So field guides you get from this one right here in the middle. Field guides you get from catching foundables, just catching foundables, and the yellow ones are like 5, the dark orange ones are like 10 or 8, and then the red ones you get 20. And it's not always guaranteed, but when you do, it's freaking amazing. The field guides, boom, that's where you get that from. The ministry manuals you get from placing images. So now you're rewarded for placing images, and you want to go through and place all the old images that you have so that you can collect these books. I believe they give you a bunch of books to start off with, just depending on the level that you are, so they can catch up to where you're supposed to be in the tree or where you want to put things. I spec'd into this up and coming event that's going to be dropping tomorrow. That's going to be, I think, Ministry Magic or Hogwarts School, because I wanted to be able to effectively catch the foundables in that event. So personally, I spec'd into whatever the family foundable was that's coming out in the event tomorrow. And I did this like a couple days ago so that I could be ready to dive into that. That's going to give me more and more XP, which is going to give me more books from collecting foundables because they're going to be more successful. This is my thinking process with it, which is going to then in turn allow me to spec further down the tree with different things. So keep in mind of what events coming out. Try if you have books to spec into that event that's coming out so that you're more successful in that event and you can reap the more rewards from that event as well. So keep that in mind. The DADA books. Dark Answer. These books are now found in Calamity and Brilliant events. So now these are rewards in Brilliant events and probably other events as well. And then you have the good old restricted section books where some of these actually do require restricted section books, which is phenomenal because I know in between Brilliant events, especially for those of us who actually finished the first book of our profession. So I finished my my profession book. I was just stacking up the green books and it was just like going to waste. I didn't know what to do with them. So the fact that they're using that with this is incredible because now I can use these books. They're still worth collecting. It's still giving me a reason to go out there and actually get excited for catching these things. So like I know there's a drought where we couldn't go out and we were stuck playing at home. As a result, I've been just collecting these dark detectors, which is now going to benefit me tenfold. So like any day that I have off, I can go with my wife and we can just hang out at probably the ocean front or something and just plop these down like crazy. Just fill it all 3 up on an end and just sit around collecting high foundables. Now what that's going to do is just going to dump a major load of books on us and at the same time getting a lot of high-end foundables rarely found so that we can finish these pages and get a lot of the blue books as well. So this is like a win-win situation for anybody who has a bunch of dark detectors. I would suggest not necessarily getting in a social distance as much as possible, but you can now hang out near your friends, dumping down these books and reaping the benefits. Every aspect of this game has now become not only like fun to play, but addictive just by the simple introduction to SOS training, which I am super excited for. So I spent a lot of my points. If you haven't noticed already, I'm 84 out of 169 in the Calamities 1 Essentials, and I'm only 38 in the second book. So when you get to the third book, you're going to start realizing that you're going to be locked by level, right? So I'm not really in a rush to even touch this book yet because I know that I'm going to be hindered by my level. I have to really push my level to where I need to be. So once I hit 38, which should be coming soon, I can spec into this, which should access to greenhouse charm. This should level up my greenhouse charm. So you can level up the charm, and I'm pretty sure it increases the duration that it can be active for, and probably the potency. So like if you get, let's say you maxed out everything, you'll probably end like in 50. I maxed out the energy, so when I plop the charm on the inn now, instead of like one or two popping up every like so often, you'll get just like a ton of energy just plopping down for people, for you and anyone around you to collect, which is awesome. So I'm gonna give you guys a quick look at what I spec into. Yeah, so this is pretty cool too. I grabbed this real fast when I saw it. You visit the Russia school, right, to help teach the students about Calamity. The school is quiet, and you get to witness a Russian Quidditch variant, where wizards are use fully uprooted trees as brooms. The experience increases the amount of XP you gain from family chests. So this is awesome. And this is not family XP. This is actual wizard XP. So like now when you go through and you unlock these family chests for I don't know, catching a bunch of that particular foundable, you get more XP rewards, which pushes you further into leveling. Incredible. Incredible. I have departure denial for Hogwarts school traces that I have here, and I think if the first one, yeah, here we go. So a lot of these are like improves like the ones that look like this. They pretty much improve your ability to catch in general foundables. So returning foundables, it makes it easier. Plus 140, and then this one as well. Successfully improves your chances of successfully returning traces you encountered in the process. Plus 60. And it's more that I've spec'd into, which returning foundables. And then you have potions, which increases the proficiency of the potions. This one as well increases the proficiency. Brewfrio Brain Elixir XP increase, which is incredible. So now that when I use my Brewfrio, I get more XP when I use it. Then we have the ones with the timer on it. The green ones pretty much reduces the amount of time it takes to make that potion. I also ended up speccing into this, which took some green books. But through your studies, you understand the Calamity spell in completely new ways by focusing on the nature of a given foundable. Completely, you discover that it helps you find other rare foundables nearby. Your trace charm now has a chance to reveal an even rarer trace. So I would suggest specking into this earlier, like real early. So what this does is, to break this down, this is directly linked to this one right here is what they're talking about. So because I unlocked this, now this has a chance to reveal red or dark orange foundables just by me dragging this onto a foundable. By the way, the only way I found out so far, in order to get to refill the bar on these foundables, is to do your daily quests. So when you do your daily quests, I still have to finish my daily quest. I think I have to. We'll do a wizarding challenge here in a second because I don't want the data reset on me, and then I lose all this. I think it resets. Yeah, it resets in 1 hour. Oof. We'll get this done. But when you walk 0.25 kilometers, you get rewarded with all three. But like I said before, you can actually unlock the ability to hold more. So if you look down at the bottom, well, actually, here, let me just do that again. You see how it says 1 out of 2 at the bottom of my trace charm? That means I can actually hold 2 of these charms instead of just 1. I haven't unlocked anything for the other one, so it only just says 1 for the others. But for the foundable, I only have 1 right now. It says I have 1 out of 2, but I could potentially hold more. So the further down the list you go, the more you could probably unlock, though, the more storage you can unlock. And you can just save them up for when you have, like, let's say in the future when things eventually turn back to normal, you can have community days where you save these charms up, and then you just go ham, dropping them in. If you have, hopefully you have a Simon Mall Center. The Simon Mall Centers have the white fortresses. You could just drop everything for everyone there. I don't know if they stack. So like if I charmed in, can someone charm it in and produce more energy or more ingredients in the greenhouse? I'm not sure if that if that works, I have to test that out. I'm probably gonna test it out when I get my wife out when we get to play again. But I'm kind of curious to see if they stack, because if that's the case, yeah, it's gonna be freaking amazing community day with these charms. So, let's see here. So going down the list, right? So we have the increase the ability to catch foundables. We have increasing the potency of potions. We have, oh, this one right here is awesome. This is what I'm talking about. Okay, through repeated casting of the Trace Charm, you realize you have been overexerting yourself. You have Grethmain Prickle do a thorough evaluation of your technique, and her brutal feedback about your lazy footwork immediately pays dividends. You increase the maximum number of times you can cast your Trace Charm. So this one was to unlock that one extra spot for the foundable one. So you want to keep. I'm pretty sure like these nodes are in sections. I'm not sure what connects them, but that definitely pay attention to what you're doing and read thoroughly before you click on anything to make sure you're getting what you want. So these are all unlocking brew times. This one right here, which is freaking amazing, you have increased your chances of being fed high energy foods at restaurants. So you know how when you spin a restaurant and it's kind of like up in the air if you're gonna get like the max amount from that. This guarantees, I'm pretty sure after a while unlocking more of them, that when you spin an end, you're gonna get the max amount or probably more energy. So that's gonna keep you in the game longer. So this one's decreased. So why is this one green? Oh, this was green because I'm not finished with it yet. That's why. What do we have? We have overall denial departure chance, which is a sweeping percentage to all of your confoundables, and it stops them from running. It decreases their ability to run from you, which is amazing. So then you have the family-specific traces that you can then increase your chance of returning. So then you can spec into a specific family node and increase your chance of capturing them every single time. And then with down here we have specific nodes. This one's pretty cool. This one gives you the ability to give your friends rare XP gifts. There's also ones where you can give them actual potions. So like when they click on it, they have the chance to get Brufrio Brain Elixir or Trace Tonic, which is clutch. So this one, let's see, Innkeeper increases your chance of procuring extravagant wizarding XP gifts from inns, which is amazing. So that's what the gift one does. Let's go to the next book because I don't think I've unlocked a lot. If you've noticed, I've been focusing a lot on just getting my successful return trace. I've been focusing on getting that done because I noticed that a lot of them run on me, and I want to kind of like nip that in the bud as best as possible. So I'm going to be focusing mostly on the first book, but I've been bouncing back and forth between the first book and the second book. Let's see. With this one has a ton of gifts. So like mastering inns now have the increased chance of to award rare XP gifts. So extravagant. This one's probably the same. Yeah, here we go. Greenhouses now have an increased chance to reward Brufrio Brain Elixir gifts. So like those gifts you give to someone, they get a Brufrio Brain Elixir. Like how dope is that? It's so freaking amazing. Like this makes me this gets me excited. Okay, so like these nodes right here, right? You notice they look like the charms, but these just boost the charms. So this one, this knowledge improves the effects of the inn charm, maximizing the spell energy obtainable by diners and at inns. So this increases when I spin an inn at a diner the ability to grab energy, which is freaking cool. And I spec into this as well, which instantly increases the number of ingredients available within the greenhouses when you cast your greenhouse charm, which is incredible. So I cast my charm, I go into the greenhouse, and then I flip up the pot to see what I get, I'll get more ingredients than I would normally get if it's charmed, which is amazing. This is more denial. We have potion increase or potion brewing time reduction for Brewfield Brain Elixir. We have Whizzing Challenge. Whizzing Challenges now have an increased chance to award spell book gifts upon victory. Like, come on. Come on. This is like everything that we've been complaining about, right? We can now spec into to alleviate our problems and make playing this game a heck of a lot of fun. This gives us more access to books, which means more access to leveling up, which means a higher increase in productivity. Greenhouses now have an increased chance to reward tonic for trace detection gifts that you can then give out to other people. So yeah, I expect into a lot of gifts only because like I spin a lot of inns being in the city. I have a ton of access to them on the way to work and on the way from work. So I'm able to collect a bunch of gifts that I can then later on give out to my friends, which I solely intend on doing, especially Gita Lovegood, who has been graciously giving me tons of energy gifts without collecting the one I gave her, so that she doesn't want to collect mine. She just wants me to have a ton of energy, which is awesome. She's an awesome person. If you get a chance to check out her channel, I'll link it down in the description of this video when I upload it to YouTube. So yeah, so boom, here's an example right here. So the event that's coming up is the Legends of Hogwarts event, and I have Departure Denial maxed out on here, mastered. And the reason why I did that is because I wanted to be successful in this event that's coming up, so that would pay me dividends as far as access to more books, which in turns into leveling further. So definitely pay attention to whatever events that's coming up or calamity that's coming up and what family they're going to be in or what family they're focusing in. I know that we have hot time events as well that are not really announced. So just pay attention, see what you can spec into, and then start, grinding away. This one, let's see what this one does. Allowing you to see more traces that others might have missed. So this one adds one more trace that pops up when I use that trace charm. And again, I spec into this as well, which increases the amount of spell energy it distributes in the area. So you have two different types, right? You have ones where it affects when you go into the inn and actually or do the trace to get the energy. It gives you more energy back as return. And then this charm boost allows you to, and I'm pretty sure there's more of these down the line, allows you to spawn more energy or more ingredients around the area. So you have area effect ones that boost the charms, and then you have what's going on inside the inn or inside the greenhouse. So it's super important to think about and also read through. Again, more Legends of Hogwarts, mastery of returning traces, because what I'm trying to do is be successful in this up and coming one. I grabbed this one as well. Why did I grab this one? Increase the number of fragments you return with each cast of the spell. Enhances the power of your trace charm. Increases the numbers of fragments you return with each cast of the spell. Oh, so every time I use it, it's going to produce more? Is that what that means? And which one's this aspect into? You find that this technique works and immediately increases the number of traces you uncover when casting your trace charm. So this boosts by 1 how many trace pop up. So I'm trying to get as much trace as possible, maximizing the efficiency of it. This one is just improving my ability to successfully return traces. Same thing with this. And then we have a plus 40 to a trace charm, which, you can see that there's even more stuff down here that you can unlock, which is pretty exciting. It's really exciting to go into. Ooh, I haven't seen this before. Oh, see, this is the wit. This is the wit sharpening one. So that's going to start improving me and giving me stats on my wit charms. I haven't seen any other new ones. So what everyone else has been pointing out is that on the hardest book, the third book, that's locked behind a lot of walls, a lot of level walls, right? At the very, very bottom, there's this one gift at the very end of the tree that costs 1.9k of the field books. 815 blue books are easy to come by. I would say it's not that hard to get blue books. And then 100 dark arts books, which is insane to me. Treasure trunk now have a chance to contain gold gifts. I mean, what does that mean? Does that mean that it's going to give us galleons as gifts? We'll be able to give out gold to friends? I think that's what that means. Like, that's my best guess as to what that could possibly mean. But I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. All in all, this one addition, right? This one change to the game, where you can now even see how good people are in their leveling. So it's leveling. So like if I go into my friends list, right, and scroll down, I can see where people are freaking blowing through this. This is incredible. I can see where people are as far as the level is and how hard they're grinding in the SOS task. Wow, people are just taking advantage. I think some people are still home from work and they're going ham. Because these numbers are insane to me. I'm trying to see where my friendly rival with Wizard PhD is at. Did I pass her already? Hold on. 4,000? Oh my god. Yeah, she's baller. She's baller. She's. Let me send her a gift. Do I have any traveling? Yeah, look at that. I have like, boom. I can send that to her. There we go. Wizard Mike. You will get the other one, my friend. Boom. And then we have Gita Lovegood, 919. Wow. So overall, the improvements that they made to not only the Ministry ID, which thank you for finally finishing or fixing a bug that has been a thing since launch. 1 year later, we now have a static Ministry ID where I can plop down my achievements, I can plop down my title, and they don't disappear every time that I restart the game. Thank you. Apart from that, we have an amazingly robust game that I feel like it's now, yes, if you've left because of boredom, if you've left because you felt like I felt where there wasn't really a direction, come back. Come back. This game is definitely worth playing now. It's definitely worth putting your time into, and you're gonna want to start. Well, this is the last one I need. No, don't mess up. Do I have? I have. Look at that. It shows you what the effectiveness is too that you have on it. Hello? Gimme. Yes. So I get a field guide. I get one field guide book with this, right? But boom, I'm gonna place this as well. I'm gonna get the blue book as well with that. Boom, blue book. That's how you do it. Yes. Actually, I want to see if I can unlock anything real fast. I'll show you guys how that works real fast before we head out for the night. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna finish this one. This one increases your chance of returning care of magical creatures' traces. So we're just gonna boom, plop that down. Awesome. So yeah, that's going to be it for me tonight, guys. Thank you guys for watching. And I will see you guys in the next video. If you guys love the content, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And stay tuned to this channel for more Wizards Unite related content. You guys have a good one. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.